Hello, Pinheads. Welcome back to Psychopinion. Tonight, we are going to be continuing. I think this is going to be one of two, possibly three episodes about pretty much the same topic that we're going to be having here within a couple of months. Steve's on a kick right now, and the kick he is on is Bigfoot. So tonight, we will call this episode Bigfoot Files, examining the photos and videos that won't go away. Dun, dun, dun. Evidence, illusion, or something in between. If Bigfoot doesn't exist, why do the photos never stop? For decades, people have captured images and videos claiming to show something massive, upright, and not quite human, moving through forests, crossing roads, or standing just far enough away to make certainty impossible. Tonight, we're not telling campfire stories, we're doing something more interesting. We're examining Bigfoot evidence, the photos and videos that believers swear by, skeptics roll their eyes at, and scientists wished would just be clearer. No yelling, no instant conclusions, just careful look at what we're actually seeing and why Bigfoot remains one of the most debated mysteries in modern folklore. Liza, you distracted me there. Were you like pointing at something that had to do with Bigfoot, or were you just like, what happened there?
Sorry, I don't think you could see. I was stretching.
You were stretching, okay? Because it looked like you were pointing something. Yeah, like you were like, hey, look at this, or hey,
don't forget to breathe while you're stretching.
Look at my backdrop, which has nothing to do with Bigfoot. Matter of fact, that's a mess. You should really do something about that. All right, so with all of that being said,
if I ever become a stand-up comedian, I want 100 Lizas in the front row.
Yeah, dude, it'd be killer, man. Everything you'd say would be gold,
crushing it.
If I would literally probably make a city of Lizas, and I would only play there, and I'd make millions.
He's like crying right now. Poor thing.
It's okay, Liza. Pull it together.
Right.
So let's address the obvious question. Why are Bigfoot photos and videos always unclear? There are a few practical reasons. Most sightings are unexpected. Witnesses are often far away. Lighting is poor. Movement is brief. Cameras are zoomed digitally, not optically. Add adrenaline to that mix and shaky footage becomes inevitable. Importantly, blurry does not automatically mean fake, but it also doesn't automatically mean real. Ambiguity is the oxygen Bigfoot lives on. All right. So, with that being said, what we're going to do tonight,
She's
are you guys still going on?
I'm trying not to look at her. She's like freaking passing out, turning purple.
Liza, you okay over there?
Yeah, I was just thinking about something I said today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was just thinking about that time that I did something once.
If you guys haven't caught on to this yet, Liza is definitely the flavor in the Psychopinion Kool-Aid or something. I don't even know what the fuck that means. All right. So, with that being said, we're going to examine some videos and share them with you and kind of pick them apart a little bit because we like to do that. It's a lot of fun. So, this is going to be video one. So, this is the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization, I guess. And it's a game camera image of a Bigfoot walking through a camp. So, let's do that.
Georgia Bigfoot on game camera. Adam Garrett writes RMSO with this amazing photo, stating he lives in Habersham County, Georgia, and captured this on his game camera in 2019. Because there is a camping trailer in the frame, it gives perspective how incredibly tall and wide this massive creature is. When you zoom in on the face, you'll notice that this doesn't necessarily have a gorilla face or nose. It looks like a mix between a gorilla and a human. Amazing footage of Bigfoot.
Okay. So that was video one.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, man.
There's always so many game cameras that's obviously one way to claim. It's the same way that they use like Ring cameras for all of these ridiculous AI videos of somebody coming up and stealing something off your front porch or whatever. But the Ring camera is like part of the gutter system, like just the weirdest angles, or the camera is down like where your mat would be to walk in. So why would you have a game camera pointing at your trailer, and not even at your trailer, but kind of sideways? So that's the first thing. Whenever I see like a game trail photo, And secondarily, those
That is
things
a really weird angle, isn't it?
it's a very strange angle. And it also takes,
It looks
and
like they're trying to get Bigfoot upskirts to me, actually.
well, I mean, when you have, depending upon the SD card that you put in your camera, you can set your trail cam to pick up like every 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So I don't know, like that's always been strange to me for them to always catch a photo of it on a game trail where it's halfway hiding behind a tree, and once again a crappy image.
I mean, that is a good point, though, is like, why is it never like, why, if there's all these like game cameras and everything, and I'm literally saying the same thing you are, just in a different way, but it's like, how come there's never just a picture of like him just standing there? Like, you know, I mean, like, how come that doesn't happen? How come you're right about that. I mean, I understand we're in the woods, so like things are going to be behind trees. I get that. But like every single picture ever, almost.
Always like playfully behind the tree, like head sticking out, so you can't get a full reference of what you're looking at.
And I know that they like zoom in and they're like, this is not a gorilla's face, but it's like that shit looks like a gorilla to me until they do that. And I mean, I know we're in Georgia, but I mean, I don't know, man. That shit it looked like a gorilla to me, and they're like, it's not a gorilla face. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it looks to me like somebody with one of those gorilla masks. It looks like the teeth are kind of protruding outwardly, like in a growling type of.
Well, the nose looks like it's definitely like kind of more humanoid shape than.
Yeah, I think it looks a little bit more humanoid than like the face, because you can see it's
Gorillas have a flatter face.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, though. I mean, then again, I mean, we're sitting here picking this apart, and I mean, I'm a skeptic, but at the same time, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the fucking Bigfoot picture. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what we're looking at here. I mean, it's hard to disprove these things. It's kind of like ghosts. It's like, unless you were there, how could you say, you know? I mean, this could easily be another hoax, but I don't know. Maybe it's not.
I prefer, obviously, if I had the opportunity to have a video of something over a still frame of something, especially if a still frame is going to have 80% of the body covered by a tree.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like the most common types of Bigfoot images that we always see are like the distant upright figures, often mistaken for bears standing upright, human in bulky clothing, tree stumps or shadows, depth perception collapses at distance, making normal objects appear enormous. That's kind of interesting with this one. Like we said, the angle might make it even seem bigger. The motion-based footage, you know, short clips showing something crossing a clearing, moving behind trees, vanishing quickly. These are compelling, but also the hardest to verify. Like this one, I mean, it's like, it's obviously moving behind a tree. We can't even see the whole body, so therefore we can't depict the shape of it. We can't depict how its limbs are hanging or how they're standing, really. Right. You know, and then the trail camera images, you know, like we have here, they're still photos triggered by movement, like you said, you know, kind of every so often. But they say it's often misidentified animals. Sometimes, what's this word? Pareidolia? Seeing figures where none exist is what that means. Pareidolia. There's a new word for you guys. New word from me. Trail cams flatten depth and distort scale, especially at night. This one is during the day, but like I said, man, I mean, it's like I don't trust it because I can't see exactly what's going on. I don't know, like where's the rest of its body and
the angle of it too. I mean, what was the trail cam out there trying to capture?
It's almost like its legs are completely disappeared too. Like it's like its chest is walking like a foot and a half in front of it.
That's what I'm saying. Why is the camera pointed upward? Like you'd think if you got a trail cam that you're trying to catch fox or rabbit or some sort of game that's going to be moving on the ground. So I would imagine you want to pan and tilt that thing down quite a ways, but
I don't know, man. The angle's so fucking weird. Like I said, as a joke, but it's kind of like, what are they doing there? It's like, are they trying to get a Bigfoot upskirt? I mean, like, why? I don't know. That's weird. It's weird. Anyway, at that point, I say we move on to the second one. Liza, what do you think did you have an opinion about what's going on here?
Well, I wonder, like, because you said the legs are like disappeared. I wonder, like, if they like are like intelligent and they try to camouflage themselves with like leaves and stuff so that people won't see them.
Yeah, but I don't even see a shape there. It looks like the tree behind, like, it's like his arm is hanging out. That's why I said it looks like a gorilla, because gorillas walk like that. Gorillas walk with their chest forward and their legs behind them. And that's why I was like, it kind of looks like a gorilla to me. You know what it almost looks like? It almost looks like somebody took an image of a gorilla or AI gorilla and put it behind the tree and moved it up so its legs would be behind the tree, but it's like at the angle it's at, it's almost weird because it's not peeking around the tree, it's looking forward. So it's like if it was walking, it would be walking with its legs like 2 feet behind it.
Yeah.
I didn't notice, but did this have a date to it when this was taken?
I don't see a date on there.
Because that trailer is at least 25, 30 years old.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, too, is people have a lot of old-ass trailers. I don't see a date on this one. But, I mean, it could just be an old-ass trailer that's been sitting out there for 20 years also. I mean, who knows?
No, I get it. I mean, it made it look like it might have been taken way back when, but I don't know how long trail cameras have been around for either.
Let's go ahead and check out video number 2, guys. This one is Stacy Brown thermal footage.
It's May 2012 near the town of Quincy, Florida. Retired Army Ranger Stacy Brown Sr., now deceased, and his filmmaker son Stacy Brown Jr. are camping in Torrey State Park on a search for the elusive Bigfoot. They start hearing some noises, so they pull out their FLIR thermal camera and head off down a trail.
We would hear something running on our right, and then we would hear something running on our left, and it stopped real quick. And then Dad looked up at up there at the tree, and he's like, "Oh, I see something."
The thermal camera is rolling as Stacy Sr. notices a little black object sticking out of one side of a tree.
Then it takes off and crosses this gap, and he goes into full-blown panic mode. The camera goes dead. He's like, we gotta go. He's like, do you got your gun?
Back at their truck, Stacy Jr. gets a first peek at this eye-popping footage, and this money shot.
I knew exactly what we had on camera. It was proof to me and my dad, because who on a Tuesday night is a mile and a half into the woods running around with no flashlight?
We first asked the most obvious question. Could this just be a person?
It was shot with a thermal imager, and so it's picking up the heat signature. Typically, if any clothing is being worn, it masks the intensity of the heat emanating from those covered parts of the body. Honestly, don't see any of that. It's just a pretty uniform signature that would suggest a body a la natural.
But why would a person be walking around nude in the woods? Wildlife biologist Stephanie Manka instead notes the way the figure moves seems more like a different animal that doesn't wear clothes.
It looks to be like a large primate, but it doesn't seem to match the body structure of the living apes, of chimpanzees or gorillas being the most prominent ones. It seems like its legs are too long, and when gorillas walk on their hind legs, they're not hunched over like that, they're more upright.
The way it comes out of the trees is what we call a Groucho walk. It's very typical of what witnesses say Bigfoot walks like, this strangely bent knee gait. It seems to be out of human proportions in the sense that you can't see a neck. It has very beefy looking arms. It has interesting legs that seem shorter than what you would see in humans.
Well, that one is from Florida. Not surprised. Let's be honest, Florida's always got the weirdest shit going on. Liza, you got any ideas on this one?
That's interesting. They always look like they have pajamas on, but he said he was naked, so I don't know. I mean, I think Bigfoot is out there. I think he's smart and he's just trying to elude us, and he doesn't realize what kind of technology we have.
I mean,
either that or he does, and he's been playing the whole paparazzi game for the past 60 years or whatever.
And he's better than most celebrities.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny that they're like, who would be naked in the woods? And it's like, I mean, if you think about it, though, it's like, especially today, man, with how just weird and out there and crazy people are, it's like, that seems like a better explanation to me than Bigfoot. I mean, if you're like, weird naked guy in the woods without a flashlight on a Tuesday night at 2 o'clock in the morning, or Bigfoot, I'd be like, it's probably a naked guy. Because, I mean, that seems like something some weirdo would do. I mean,
yeah, but
if somebody said that there was a naked guy running around in Florida at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, would you really even bat an eye at that?
I don't know. That's a thick naked dude, if that's the case, first and foremost.
Well, he might be, but they said he didn't have a neck. But I mean, let's be honest, man. I mean, you know, I'm losing some weight, but I barely have a neck here. I mean, come on, there's people like that. I mean, my my torso's a lot longer than my legs are. I mean, if somebody, it's possible that somebody could even be more outrageously out of proportion than I am and running around naked in the woods. I mean, I'd imagine a guy running around naked in the woods at 2:00 on a Tuesday is probably a funny looking dude anyway. Got Danny DeVito out there running around naked in the woods. I mean, makes sense.
I guess. I mean, without lights, I mean, you're going to end up. It looked very dark first and foremost.
Well,
so there's a couple things.
Why would you want to have a light if you're naked?
You want to show everybody what's up.
Yeah, but maybe you don't. Maybe you like the idea of being naked out in the wood, naked and afraid style.
The whole Heisman when he came out from behind the tree to show off. The thing for me is, first of all, what's the distance? They didn't say anything roughly about how far away they thought that this thing was. So that's the first thing. Then for it to show up briefly and then disappear again, there has to be a clearing there, or you would never have gotten a full image of the creature to start with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it kind of steps out from behind something, which there's not billboards out in the middle of the woods. So he's behind trees to begin with. Has to be a clearing, whether it is a game trail or something else, which would make it awfully easy for you to say, hey, Frank, head that way and go up about 50 yards and hide behind that tree right there.
Bet you won't get naked and run around in the woods, Frank.
Yeah, well, he didn't have to get naked, but he could definitely be wearing any
pajamas?
Number of pajamas, for sure.
Well, it is Florida, so it's not like he's out in, the Antarctic here, naked or in pajamas. I mean, it's Florida. Florida, I mean, I don't know, man. Florida's pretty warm. Even in the winter, Florida's pretty warm.
Have you ever seen a human in your life walk like this?
I mean, I just saw you do it, and I'm sure a human could walk weird if they wanted to.
But I mean, I don't think, unless you were attempting to look like a Sasquatch as a human, to do that based upon what you've seen other videos or photos of what people perceive him to walk like. It does remind me of the Patterson-Gimlin video of whatever they caught doing the same thing with that really weird kind of swooping gait, with their arms swinging very far.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because that is definitely what I have planned for the finale. If nobody's seen the Patterson-Gimlin, I mean, you can't have a Bigfoot footage, show without bringing that one up. That is going to be our finale, and I've got a little to say about that as well.
Cool. But I'll help anybody who needs the rock to be lifted off of them who have not seen it yet.
Well, that's good. I appreciate that. You got them big, strong arms over there. You can be lifting rocks.
There you go. Or throwing them like that skunk.
Liza, you got anything else besides pajamas? Or are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
To me,
you have more than pajamas, or are you ready to move on?
I like that one better than the first one we saw. As far as like potential validity, that one's got a little more meat and potatoes to it, a little more substance.
I mean,
exactly.
I disagree, only because a lot of times those thermal cameras, especially that type of thermal camera where it's just like shows the black figure, man, there's like no definition whatsoever. Like, it could literally be anything, and it looks like it's not exactly high def. So it's like, what am I even looking at?
Just the way that thing walked across that open space with his arm swinging like that, and the shape of his arm. It's very thick at that distance. I mean, he's got to be 20, 30 yards away minimum.
Well, we're going to discuss that with the Patterson-Gimlin video.
Yeah, Gimlin.
Because I got something for you with that. All right, well, let's try video 3 then, if you guys are ready. This is a shorter one, I believe.
Family in a very concerned voice to get into the house. The creature also vocalizes around that point and several more times throughout the video. A lot of compelling video frames, vocalization, and an obviously upset and concerned father with balls of steel to follow an agitated Bigfoot into the dark, thick forest. This is an interesting section where you can see the creature's hand and thumb grasp and release a tree branch as it walks past. You can clearly see the hand grasp fluidly and release smoothly, and each knuckle on the hand appears to have definition, as a real primate-style hand should, not a cumbersome set of gloves. It suggests this is a real hand, and it's grasping and releasing, natural-looking. Upset and concerned father with balls of still follow an
Who's still playing their balls of still? Yeah.
Did you watch? Or are you watching
she's
it
watching
again?
it again?
It played again. I didn't realize it.
Kept watching.
That was just kind of weird.
Liza,
I mean, that was a weird. That looked like that was somebody in a suit or something, and then his breathing. I mean, I've taken videos when I've been hiking before, and you can just hear me breathe, and it just takes away from the video.
So that is normal. You're like, guys, we're hiding from Bigfoot.
I've taken videos of like pretty like landscapes, and it's like, oh, it's so gorgeous, and then I'm like,
that's great. How beautiful.
Billy, what are you watching? I'm watching YouTube, Mom.
It's just scenery, I swear.
Well, after you hiked up a mountain.
Well, this guy either just
maybe
came
catch your
out
breath.
He just came out of the iron lung, or he is like taken back by what he's seen, and kind of. I mean, I could understand that potentially. I don't know if that's an affectation of him trying to sound scared by breathing heavily and panting, but
okay. But here's my issue with this one, and just correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me I'm full of shit if you don't agree with me. But this guy is obviously following. He's making noise. He's probably cracking sticks and stuff. He's breathing into the fucking camera. So if this thing can't hear him, then Bigfoot is deaf. Okay. First of all. Second of all, if this is Bigfoot, it kind of started out like a gorilla to me and then turned into a man. But if this was Bigfoot, like, where's the confrontation? Like, how come there's never a confrontation? And in this case, okay, so like the last one, Bigfoot was like running away. Okay, so Bigfoot's elusive. We can't find him. Maybe because he's constantly running away. But in this one, he doesn't run away, nor does he confront. So it's like, he's just like, at this point, Bigfoot's just like, you know what? It's been so long. I don't even care that you're there anymore. Nobody's going to believe you. I'm just going to take my time wandering through the woods.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, does that not seem weird to you guys?
It doesn't seem weird because it's faked. I mean, clearly to me, something like this, it just screams being fake. Because like you said, I mean, Bigfoot hasn't spent its entire existence being caught on camera. So it's not going to, I mean, it's elusive. If it exists, it's going to be elusive. It's going to know you're there before you know it's there.
You'd think
it's going
so,
to smell you. Yeah, it's going to smell you. It's going to hear you. And so either this Bigfoot is the most indifferent biped on the planet and does not give a hoot. He's like, I remember I dropped my cell phone around here somewhere. He's out and about, and Billy Bob's in the foreground, huffing and puffing, and crackling and breaking branches. Yeah, I mean that's a dude in a suit walking around. You never catch a facial feature in this particular one. The fact that the guy is wearing a non-cumbersome glove. I mean, I could put like the thickest winter gloves, and
still be able to grab a branch,
like Skidoo freaking gloves, and grab that branch just fine, and you could see all my fingers in it. So that's dumb.
Man.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was weird.
I mean, if you're snowboarding, you wear thick gloves, or not snowboard. Sorry, if you're snowmobiling and you're wearing thick gloves, you're still like able to use all your controls and stuff, man. I mean, it doesn't matter how cumbersome your glove is. You can still like. Nobody's gonna make a glove that's so cumbersome you can't do anything with it. What's the point of having a glove?
Notice how it looks like he's wearing mittens.
Like cumbersome mittens. Like what? Come on, man. That doesn't make any sense.
And the way they talked it up too is a little bit silly.
Yeah, that was that he was like he's frolicking in the forest. But I wanted
frolicking?
When you were talking about smelling him.
Did you say frolicking?
Frolicking.
Fracking.
Yeah. When you were talking about smelling him, I'll tell you something interesting too. When I was hiking on the AT, is you can smell day hikers. Like you can smell them.
Well, I bet.
Because they smell like
dirty
laundry
people that haven't showered.
No, day hikers. I'm talking day hikers.
Sorry.
They smell like laundry detergent and soap. Like you can, like if you're out there for a long time, you can smell a day hiker. And so, like, if you're Bigfoot and you
because you probably smell like Bigfoot after you're out there for that long.
Yeah.
What is a
but
night
if you're a
hiker smell
Bigfoot,
like?
what is what?
Night hiker? I
We
gotta
call
be
them day
careful how I
hikers
say that.
because
Night hiker. It sounds like you could
The
screw
night
that
hiker
up.
would be like the second video we watched where, that was the night hiker.
The
yeah.
night hiker.
Liza, what were you about to say? Day hiker what?
Well, the day hikers, when they're out there for like a day or so and they come in and they hike and then they might camp or whatever. But, so I mean, if Bigfoot, you're right, Bigfoot is going to smell him and be like, I don't need to be frolicking in this forest grabbing leaves. I need to get out of here. So I think that this video is kind of,
I think it's the fakest so far.
yeah.
I will go to say that. I think it's the fakest so far. All right, well, let's check out video 4, guys.
Definitely got a square head, me, haven't they? See that noise then?
What the fuck are we even looking at? Did you guys see anything?
Was that it? I never saw anything.
I'm on my second pass. I can't tell what the hell we're supposed to be looking at.
This is one of those videos where they actually do need an arrow pointing to something.
Okay, guys. So this is my first chance in here to have a comment-worthy section of this video. This is where I'm going to ask you to comment on, did you see something and what was it? Put in the comments, video 4, it was there, or I don't know, like, give me some kind of input because I have no idea what we're looking at. But I will say that is an interesting looking forest. Like, whatever the opposite of dense is, that forest is what it is because it's like sparse. That is a very sparse forest. It's not very, like, there's not a whole lot of foliage. It's interesting looking. That's all I've got to say about that video, actually. Sparse forest.
Sparse.
So I guess there's really not a lot to talk about because this might be the most real Bigfoot video so far because it is so elusive. Like, it's not even there.
Let me
So
go out
that
back and take a
legit.
photo of the pool, and you can see if there's Bigfoot there or not. That's terrible. They didn't even attempt anything.
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening there. It has 1.7 thousand thumbs up. Like, where are these people? The thumbs up people, tell me what you saw. Tell me where it is. I didn't see it. Viewers, please let me know. And with that being said, let's move on to number 5.
Is that standing up? There's a smaller one next to it.
Good.
Keep it steady.
Maybe Bigfoot is in my pool.
Well, I've never seen more compelling evidence than that.
Mm.
What is, wow. I mean, what?
Next to it. Keep it steady.
That's weird.
All right, who did that?
I don't know. Let's not do that. Let's not get copyrights in here, guys. All right. So with that being said, first thoughts, anybody? I mean, I've got thoughts, but does anybody want to take the first thought here?
That was weird.
It's a good first thought.
I don't know. It's entertaining.
Speechless. My
It was
first thought is
entertaining.
this. So if that was legit and they're out there just in the open like that, why is this like a 10-second video? Like, I would have videoed this for as long as I possibly could have. Like, I would have like gotten them getting out of the water. Like, I would have like this is weird because it's like, why would you only have like a 10-second video?
Yeah. And is that the most exciting evidence out of all of the, that's the thing, is like you can take a look at some of these videos and some of these photos, and if you actually stop for 2 seconds and think, you can nitpick all the dumb stuff that they did or didn't do to try to make it more realistic. But in doing so, shoot themselves in the foot, like you said. I mean, the little baby Sasquatch and mother, I guess, becoming zestfully clean for all we know.
I mean,
Yeah.
it does look like they have like extended arms, but I also feel like you could fake that with bad posture, you know?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
and nowadays you could just do an AI video of that.
I mean, hell, it may be just that AI. It's got, well,
I think that's an AI video.
1,000. It's got to be, man, because it's like a joke video. Like if somebody's like, I'm out looking for Bigfoot, and then you're like walking along, and all of a sudden you come across like Bigfoot like on a yard chair or something, like sun tanning or something. Like it's like, come on, man. Like that's ridiculous. They're out there like just playing in the lake, and we're not gonna film the whole thing. I mean, it's
And that's also the thing is it's like there has been how many hundreds of thousands of photos and videos over the years of Bigfoot that have like either his hand sticking out behind a tree and like, look, it's Bigfoot, or half of a head sticking out. And now you got 2 Bigfoot out in the middle of the water, and which would be let's pretend that's real, and that's a situation that you somehow came up upon. That's the greatest video ever captured of all time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You don't take a three. Well, okay, we got him. Let's pack it up and head on out. I mean, you would have had tons of footage much clearer and better than that. Yeah, absolutely fake.
And that's why I'm sharing these, is because it's so ridiculous. I mean, this guy's page, I just clicked on him, and this guy's page is like, it's just all videos, ridiculous videos of like, it looks like he's all over the country with these videos of like, and it's always two of them. It's like he literally took them on vacation. Like they went across the country together, and he's like, hey guys, go hang out in the desert. I'm going to take some pictures. Hey, let's go to the beach. I'm going to take some pictures, take some videos. I mean, he's got one up here that's like 1 million views, and it's like them on the other side of like this river, just like looking at him. It's like, this is ridiculous, because this guy would be the leading guy, and this guy's ridiculous. Sorry. Anyway, a little bit of a rant there, but I'm including anything that seems like people are saying that it's real. Like we're covering a wide range of claims here. That's why I picked all these videos. So, AI or not, if somebody's out there saying, hey, this is real, I want to talk about it. Okay. So with that being said, let's hit the finale video. The finale video, because I want to talk about this and I want to share some pictures. So what we have coming up here is, as Steve alluded to earlier, is the Patterson-Gimlin film.
Gimlin. You can't keep saying Gimli.
Gimli.
I'm thinking about Gimli from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
He's my favorite too.
Sorry, Patterson-Gimlin. Sorry, Mr. Gimlin. He's got to be dead, right?
Patterson...
That video is from like the 50s or something, right?
1967. Unless you're talking about the Patterson-Gargamel video, which was from 1988.
Okay, well, that was the Patterson-Gimlin video.
Gremlin, that's right.
And so let's talk about that. Plus, I've got some pictures to share, because Steve was talking about the shape, what the fuck were you saying earlier, Steve? What was it?
The shape of what?
Not the shape, the stride, right? You were talking about his stride.
Yeah,
how the stride
the
looked.
gait.
Well, yeah, the gait. Sorry, the gait. So what we have is an image that I've shared with you guys as well, where it's a random guy walking in front of a barn, and then the picture from a still from the Patterson-Gimlin video, and shows that literally it's like lines up perfectly.
So for me, I'm not so much, the Tom Pate one, obviously you can recreate something based off of something that's already happened or already been taken a photo of.
Well, yeah, but that's the whole point, is could you recreate it? Like, of course, that's the point. All right, so then let's go to the recreation one then.
Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. So if you think about it, and you guys have probably at some point in time seen bodybuilders, like the real just huge dudes, okay? They got real big, thick neck muscles, traps sticking up and everything. How many times have you seen bodybuilders do this completely side to side? More times than not, it's like this, because there's so much muscle in the neck, it makes it difficult to move. So when you look at the Patterson-Gimlin, Gremlin, or whatever film, and you see how, and I'm going to this is for free, by the way. So instead of walking by and looking like this, he walks by and he has to open up to get his head around to look.
Yeah.
You see that? Now look at the recreation in this BBC one, where the guy's head is
forward,
his shoulders right here,
up,
and he's looking back. So that's one thing right there that is a little bit compelling to me. And just like the one in the dark that we watched and couldn't quite see what was going on, the thermal image of that one kind of coming out like this, very well may have been looking, if we want to pretend that was real, may have had to also, in moving quickly, had to turn and open up his body in order to look down that way. And that's something I'm starting to notice more and more with some of these photos, the ones that appear to be, and even in the videos, that are clearly fakes versus some of them that might potentially be realistic. And obviously, when it comes to this sort of stuff, you're going to get people that the moment you say anything, you say the aliens, oh, it's fake. Well, yeah, but I want to show you that, no, it's fake. Same thing with Bigfoot. Like, they're just not going to even give it the time of day. But if you want to, from a scientific standpoint, say, what if, then this would be,
what if?
This would be something that I would say would kind of stand out to me, the the muscular frame and the neck and the shoulders and everything are so strong and so thick that in order to turn the head completely sideways, he's got to kind of open up his torso as well.
Let me ask you a question, man. Not to get off what you just said, but I'm like looking at this thing, and I never noticed this before. But if you look close up, does the Patterson-Gimlin one, does it have tits?
This
I
is
was
a
thinking
female.
that too.
Yes,
It's a
this is a female.
That is some hairy boobies.
So the
for a female, that's even more impressive, because if it is like real, like what you're saying, I mean, to find I mean, you could put tits on anything, but I mean, like if it was actually like a female, whatever, I mean, that is definitely a crazy body shape for a woman, also paired to, you know,
well,
like
it's a Bigfoot woman.
Yeah, or it could be like the lunch lady in a costume, but I mean,
and what was really wild about, and why everybody continues to come back to the Patterson-Gimlin film, is that, and I forget where this source came from, but I do remember reading somewhere that it was either Disney or some sort of large movie making firm that had special effects capabilities and all this other stuff. But it was in the 70s. It was shortly after the 67 video came out, and it might even have been 69 for that matter, only a couple of years after the fact. And they had asked people that worked at this establishment if they were to be asked to create a suit, could they create the suit? And they said, wow. First of all, if I was going to make that suit, I would never make a woman. I would never make a female suit, because it's so much more difficult to have the appendages the way that they are and be anatomically correct. You know, they just wouldn't do it. They said, I wouldn't, if I'm going to fake it, I'm going to fake it as a male Bigfoot, not a female. There's the first. And secondarily, after that, they said that you can quite literally see the muscle fibers in the thigh, in the arms, and the neck, that over time, and with a slight bit of assistance of AI, because obviously there's certain things that you cannot see, and that you have to have a little bit of extra help to get to. But they've gone through this film hundreds of times, and they have been able to see the muscle fibers in the thigh and in the calf and in the traps and everything else. And like, how do you get into this thing? Where's the zipper? Is it in the back? Is the head a separate thing? They've attacked this 100 different ways, and the people that are in the industry that make these types of costumes don't believe that this is fake, which is wild. Those would be the people that would say, "Oh yeah, we could do that. We could make that." Even today, these special effects people that create costumes like this say that this one is in fact perfect if it is a costume.
They asked Tom Savini, because I feel like he could do just about anything. Well, one thing I wanted to also look at real quick is I had another picture up there I wanted you guys to look at, and it was a picture of a post, and it was at the top it says, "What am I looking at here?" And then it says, little context, this was in a box of other photos at my grandfather's house. He's 98 in Connecticut. It could be a statue or shadow trickery. For all I know, the arm looks way too long, but it stuck out to me. Oh, wow. So I don't know why this person's acting so casual about this, because it's like, I mean, the post seems very casual. Like, well, this probably isn't anything. I don't know what this could be a balloon, but I'm not really sure. What do you? It just kind of stuck out to me a little bit. So that makes me feel like it's fake. But the one thing that I did sort of like about this one, though, is that I feel like proportionally and stuff, this is a good one. Even if it's fake, I feel like this is a proportionally well done photo. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's even AI. But this photo to me, I kind of put it in here to talk about, because I feel like this is sort of what I would imagine Bigfoot would look like. You know, yeah. I mean, granted, it's not high def or anything, but I just saw this picture and I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I would imagine it would be. Mm-hmm. So that's why I wanted to share it, because it does have the long arm, but so do a lot of primates. And that's what I wanted to also ask you guys. And sorry, Steve, to cut you off. You can continue. One of the questions I wanted to pose to you guys, though, is what do you guys believe Bigfoot is? Do you believe it's a missing link? Do you believe that it was just evolution, that, you know, because sometimes when things evolve, they go two separate ways, like there's an offshoot? Like, what if there is a Bigfoot, do you think it's that? Do you think it's a otherworldly being? Do you feel like it's a Like, what is this? You know, is it just a cryptid that there is no explanation whatsoever for? And it just, you know, I mean, it's interesting to me that we never find bones, we never find DNA. There's like, I mean, you know, all of those things. And plus for it to be around for so long, like, is it reproducing? How come, you know, it's not more common? People are seeing it all over the world, but like, there's not a population of them per se. I mean, there's so many questions, but if Bigfoot were true, I'm just curious, what's your theory on what it is?
I think it's just like an offshoot of us. Probably like we went one way and then they went the other way, and then they've just kind of learned how to evolve and survive.
That makes a lot of sense to me. But I mean, then the other question is to me is like, if that's the case, like I said, where's the skeletal remains? Where's the DNA? Where's the
Maybe they bury their stuff like we do.
Yeah, but even buried, you'd think we'd come across something at some point. We've found like every fucking dinosaur almost like that's existed. I mean,
maybe they burn it.
Then we would probably come across like, you know, a bunch of Sasquatches at a campfire at some point. Now I've never seen
say something like dinosaurs. We know there were Tyrannosaurus Rex and Brontosaurus and everything. We've never seen one. We know based upon gathering evidence and bones, right? So there is representation of what was at one point in time the largest ape on Earth, and that was called Gigantopithecus. You guys have heard of that. And
I've heard of that recently.
There you go. So anywhere between like 9 to 12 feet tall. And we still have elephants, right? And we all have heard of the woolly mammoth, which was a descendant.
I love elephants.
So
elephants are great.
So if, for example, something like Gigantopithecus, which they do have bones and have found remnants of that before, did exist at some point in time, is there a possibility that there is some form of evolutionary representation that is around now? For me, if I have to guess, I would say that it at one point in time existed. And I'm going to state that maybe they don't anymore, or they're an endangered species that is similar to clearly and potentially may have some of that Gigantopithecus, which I enjoy saying, DNA in there. So
I can tell.
Yeah.
I think part of the craze of Bigfoot really is that it's the easiest of the cryptids, because people love cryptids. I love cryptids. It's so interesting, you know, the idea of these other creatures, you know, being out there. You know, we love Mothman. We've gone to the Mothman Festival. It's fantastic. I'd like to actually maybe go to some more Bigfoot events and stuff, because I mean, it's a lot of fun to me. This whole thing is so much fun talking about these things. But I think this one is the most popular because it is the most easily recreatable.
Yes.
I mean, it's a lot easier for me to take, you know, some big dude, you know, tall dude like Steve and be like, hey, man, put on this gorilla costume. Let's see what we can come up with. It's a lot easier to do that than it is like, hey, Liza, let's get your eyes glowing red and make you have wings and put you on top of a fucking house. You know, I mean, it's just overall a lot easier to recreate that. So what I'm thinking is, what would actual proof look like? This is the line Bigfoot evidence never crosses. Real proof would require a body or skeletal remains, like I said, verified DNA, reproducible evidence, peer-reviewed confirmation. Photos and videos alone are not enough. They can raise questions. They cannot close the case. And why we keep looking? So why does Bigfoot persist? Because the evidence sits in an uncomfortable middle ground. Too consistent to dismiss outright, too weak to confirm scientifically, and because vast wilderness still exists, places humans rarely enter and rarely document thoroughly, Bigfoot isn't just a creature. It's a question about what we might be missing, how perception works, and why mystery survives in the modern world. Not only that, but you know what I mean? I think for adults, kind of going over that, I think that for adults, it's like it's like children believing in Santa Claus or like unicorns or something. I think it's like there's, in some weird corny ass way, I almost want to say there's like a magic about it. You know, it's almost like having a little bit of that childhood spirit, if you will, a little bit of that like ability to imagine, ability to, you know, be creative and kind of focus on things that aren't so heavy and terrible in the world, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's nice in a way. You know, I think it's nice that, you know, even we've got gruff guys out there and, you know, they're plaid like I've got on tonight, and they're, you know, out there, I'm going to find me a Bigfoot. And it's like, you know, if you want to break that down to its most simplistic, you know, idea, it's like, you know, these guys still have a little childhood spirit in them. They'd probably want to knock my teeth out for saying that. But
Childhood
it's nice,
spirit.
you know. It reminds me of children with Santa Claus and Easter Bunny and all that. It's just nice. It's kind of sweet.
No, I agree. I mean, I think it's a kind is because quite often you do go out in a group, although sometimes these things are caught with just one person claiming they were out there. But yeah, I mean, going out, grab a couple beers with the guys, grab your hunting rifle, and go out and find Bigfoot. You know, it's no different than renting a boat and looking for sunken treasure off the coast. You know, like it's a crapshoot.
And probably relaxing. I say we try it here soon, Steve.
I can dig it. I like the idea. There is one other
Liza.
thing that I did want to mention that I've heard from people that are a little bit more considering it from the spiritual realm or from the standpoint of like coming in and out of what would you call them, like portals or something like that. There's been people.
Yeah, I've heard about that. That's why I was asking
Yeah.
you if you felt like they were some kind of alien being, because I've heard those theories about like them being interdimensional and stuff
Right.
like that.
I mean, who the hell knows? But they're once again, and I've got to find the reference point because I want to know for sure when I tell you. But I did see something else pertaining to tufts of hair that were gathered in multiple locations by multiple people over the course of how long people have been searching for Bigfoot. And on a handful of occasions, they've gotten those tufts of hair to a clinic or a local place where they could diagnose and determine what type of hair it was. And in each situation, the female side of the hair comes back as a human female, and the
Wow.
male, I don't know if it's considered like the male genome or the male other bit of the hair that is male and not feminine,
Yeah.
is unknown to any creature on Earth.
Wow.
Out of the database that they've got of silverback gorillas to everything else, they can't.
But what
map.
you saw confirmed that it was real hair.
Yes, that it was actual hair that was gathered from locations where people have claimed that they have seen Bigfoot, have either taken photos of it and or had not been able to get to it in time, but had found tufts of hair like on a branch or whatever and brought them in for analysis. So and even then, if you were just making something up by grabbing like carpet fibers off your Berber carpet and mixing it in with female hair or whatever from a hairbrush and then bringing it in and handing it over, anybody with half a brain that works in that field is going to say, this is polyester, clearly, and this is a female hair. So
This is a female's hair, and this belongs to a chihuahua.
yeah, exactly. So the fact that each time the female side has come back human and the male side has come back unknown, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And then finally, on top of that, some people have claimed that they believe that they are a descendant of the Nephilim, which is a
Who?
biblical Nephilim. They're a biblical giants.
A
Nephilim. Yeah, like a heffalump. Yeah, Nephilim. Nephilim. Yes.
Nephilim.
Nephilim.
Nephilumps and
Yes.
woozles.
I don't begin to know how to
Very
spell it, but I know it's not a heffalump, which is Eeyore, right? So
No, the heffalump is that elephant thing in Winnie the Pooh. The heffalump and woozle, man.
yeah,
They're
but
like,
wasn't
yeah,
Eeyore trying to masquerade as the heffalump or whatever?
maybe in one of them. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I think so. In
It's
any
possible.
event,
It's
talking about
possible.
getting off topic, but there's been talks that those creatures have come to Earth and have had a physical relationship with humans, with females,
Ooh.
and have created some. Granted, how you come up with a Bigfoot out of that, I don't know, but
Interesting.
I guess your imagination is where it ends. You know, whatever you could come up with, it could be.
Yeah, that's I mean, I don't know if DNA was close enough. I guess you could probably impregnate something and have something different come out.
Possible.
Well, with all of that being said, the only other thing I did want to touch on really quick before we go is that I think that the most easily, sorry guys, this is Shadow Muffin, and he's kind of coming around here to, I don't know what he's trying to tell me, but he's got the most beautiful tail though, right guys? Look at that shit. Anyway,
It's nice.
come on, man. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know if I'll edit that out or not, but
That's the best part.
okay, I won't edit that out. All right, so the only other thing I wanted to talk about was the footprints, and I feel like the footprints are probably the easiest thing to fake, in my
Yeah.
opinion, because, I mean, it seems like it'd be pretty easy to carve something out, place it in the ground and then, take a cast of that. I don't know, Steve, you've been analyzing a lot of this evidence. What's your opinion about the whole footprint?
I would say yes and no. I think it's easy to fake a crappy footprint pretty clearly. Sorry, give me one moment. I've seen several porcelain casts of different footprints, and some of them are a little bit ridiculous, and others almost have like the printing on your thumb or
like the groove, the skin
grooves and
or...
like there's literally been grooves inside like the ball of the foot and everything. And then you also
got
their
feet pads.
Yeah. And you also got to think, if you are going to create a footprint, like a fake one, something that large, what are you going to do? You're probably going to do a stamp, right? You're going to put it on a fleece. If I was going to fake it, you're going to put it on like maybe a small sheet of plywood or something and carve out whatever you want. And then you're going to press it down into soft ground, like muddy ground or something like that.
Yeah.
That's obviously not the case. When something is walking, you're going to have kind of a heel toe and a little bit of a push and drag that you're going to get. So that's kind of neat to see. Some of the footprints that I've seen cast have like a big ridge. If you want to consider this the ball of your foot and these the toes, in this area, it's kind of pushed back and like almost like something was moving forward and kind of pushing and creating an extra groove and ridge that wouldn't have been there otherwise if something had just come down flat. So some of them are pretty interesting.
The creative artist in me, maybe one day when I got some extra time, I'll see if I can carve out a Bigfoot and see if I can put some grooves on it just to see what that looks like. Because I feel like it's doable. Tonight, we didn't prove Bigfoot exists, but we didn't prove it doesn't either. What we did was look carefully without laughing it off much and without jumping to conclusions much. And maybe that's the right place to be, because real mysteries aren't solved by belief or disbelief. They're solved by patience, evidence, and knowing the difference between what we see and what we think we see. Until then, Bigfoot stays right where it's always been, just beyond certainty. With that being said, thank you for watching. We love you all. We appreciate you. I've seen that you guys have been commenting a lot more. Please continue to do that. I love the comments. I love responding to them, and I'll respond to any comments you put out there. I would love to know what Bigfoot footage you think is real, or maybe share with us something that we can talk about on the next show. Besides that, if you're going to do that, you might as well go ahead and subscribe and like this video while you're at it, especially if you've been around this long. I mean, why not? I mean, did you watch it this long to not like it? Anyway, this has been Psychopinion. We love you and appreciate you, and we'll see you soon.